Hello, it's Naosha again. If you're wondering if you're just tuning in, if you just coming across this video, it's about me growing up in a house with heroin and crack addicted parents.
Okay. And I'm Renee. And I'm going to ask you, what was it like growing up and surviving addiction?
Well, I don't know. In a way, it's funny that you say it like that, because after all my years and experience, my mom getting so high, and when we got taken away by typhus, and then we were actually in foster home for approximately 9 months. My mom got us back in 9 months. And it seemed like forever, though. It seemed like we were gone forever. So when my mom actually counted, she's like, I counted the days, the weeks, and the months that you guys were not in my care. When she told me it was only 9 months, I was like, are you sure? I swear it felt like 2, 3, 4 years. It felt like a stint in the jail. You know how when they say you do a bid, every day seemed like forever. But anyway, like growing up and surviving heroin, I don't know if I really can say that I survived it, or is it like kind of like sort of like, you know how an addict is always an addict even if they're not actively using drugs? You're kind of always a victim of a drug abused house, even if it's no longer going on, or even if you no longer live in the house. Because I don't know if it's forever, but even now I know I still suffer from, fallout from what they did. Not having hot water, never having enough food. It might sound kind of silly, but I get really offended when I see people throwing food away. Because I remember days that I cried holding my stomach, wishing that I could eat somebody's leftovers. Wishing that I could drink somebody's leftover milk. Even a glass of milk would have did me justice. We didn't have anything in the house. And I don't care who makes powdered milk. That stuff don't taste like real milk at all. But,
That's why you hesitate to eat my soy milk.
yes, that's why yeah, exactly. That's one of the fallouts from having drug addicted parents. I will not touch anything that says a milk type product. If it's milk type and it ain't say vitamin D, whole milk, I'm kind of skeptical.
But it taught you survival skills, though.
Definitely. That's one thing I can actually say, that now, if I was to lose my job, or if someone was to deny me tenure or deny me anything, I don't think I'll ever flip, because I've actually lived with literally close to nothing, like nothing. It was a time in my life where I had no hot water or no light, all at the same time, and no food. So it was dark, I was cold, and starving. And I'm alive and I'm here, and I found happiness somehow being close to my family, being close to my brother, whom actually just called me, and I'm so happy. He called me because he wanted to spend some time with me. We are still to this day best friends because we survived. Tragedy always brings people closer together, always. Especially if you already love each other. I know how to make toast on a heater. Hit me up if you know how to do that. I can teach you if you don't. I know how to cook things on a hot plate. I did know how to treat diaper rash at 9 years old. I know how to sing a baby to sleep. And I don't even have kids yet, and I'm 28. So there are some true, invaluable skills I learned from being a product of a broken home, because you do learn how to survive. It's like life, sink or swim. And when sinking is scarier than swimming, you're going to swim with all your heart. You're going to survive. You're going to keep your head above water, because the only other option is something totally unknown. You don't want to go there. There's no options for me now. I know now that if I work hard, I can have what I want. I know now that you can't survive a terrible ordeal, because it was a time in my life that I didn't think anybody's life was worse than mine. My clothes was dirty, my hair weren't done, I was hungry. I remember sometimes being so hungry going to school that I would throw up as soon as I got to school. Like, you know how you have that hunger throw up? I remember they sent me to the nurse, and the nurse was commenting on how I threw up nothing but water. She said there was nothing in my stomach. They immediately went down to the cafeteria and brought me food in the nurse's office. I used to go to school. Of course, I don't know about every kid, but all the kids I knew hated school. We would love to play sick and stay home, but not us. We knew that if we was going to school, we'd have at least 2 meals. We would. We have breakfast and lunch. And believe it or not, school breakfast and lunch tastes like dinner at a fancy hotel when you don't have nothing else. And I don't know. I can survive anything. I'm humble because of it. I don't think I suffer from thinking that I'm better than anybody else. I've come so far. Now I have a degree, one of the only people in my family. I have a career that I'm working on, an actual career. I know the difference between a job and a career now. I know the true value of having your own. I know the true value of not having to ask neighbors and other people for handouts and things. And to me nowadays, even more scarier than living like my mom and dad, being poor or on drugs, is living mediocre. That's even more scary to me than being broke and poor. Mediocrity, because if you live in mediocre, that means you had potential to do better and you didn't. So if you want to know more, please subscribe. Please give me a bunch of hits on my YouTube account. Let me know how you feel about my story. I'm really interested in your feedback to see if anybody cares, because my whole life I've been looking for somebody to care. Hopefully I found it now. So I'll see you on the next video.